Find your favorite chair, pour yourself a hot cup of coffee, and let us take a little trip back in time. I want you to think back to when you were a kid in the 1950s or 60s. Many of us clearly remember what we thought the future was going to look like. We used to read comic books and watch television shows that promised us flying cars, robot maids who would do all the vacuuming, and meals that came in the form of a single pill. The year 2000 sounded like a magical, faraway sci-fi utopia. There was such an incredible sense of optimism back then. We truly believed that technology was going to solve all of our problems and give us unlimited free time to just enjoy life. Today, we are going to look at a piece of history that shows exactly what people in the 1950s were dreaming about. We are going to see how their predictions for the future actually came perfectly true. But we are also going to talk about the one big, major thing they completely missed. Let us open up the archives and look at a copy of the Brooksville Journal, a newspaper published in Brooksville, Florida on Thursday, March 27th, 1958. Tucked inside the pages of this paper is a fascinating advertisement from the Southern Bell Telephone Company. They sold both phones and a vision of the future. The headline boldly predicts what they called an everyday miracle that would soon be arriving in the home of tomorrow. They called this incredible miracle telephone TV. The article asked readers in 1958 to just imagine being able to talk to a loved one all the way out in California, or even being able to shop at the local corner store entirely through a personal television hookup. They promised that the home of tomorrow would feature person-to-person TV, along with many other thrilling developments that were still in the experimental stages at the time. Southern Bell did not want people to just wait for the future. They reminded readers of the wonderful conveniences they could get right then and there in 1958. They proudly advertised modern marvels like extension phones that came in bright colors, special phones that allowed you to talk for a whole hour without even lifting the receiver, and even a futuristic phone that answered itself. Their final goal, as they put it, was to design a service full of Southern comfort to make life more pleasant and useful for more and more people. Reading that article from 1958 is actually quite startling. The engineers at Southern Bell were exactly right. We do have telephone TV now. We carry it in our pockets everywhere we go. We can video chat with our grandchildren in California, and we can buy our groceries from the corner store without ever leaving the couch. We are living in the exact home of tomorrow that they dreamed about. Let us pause and be honest with each other for a moment. We have to consider if all of this technology actually made our lives more pleasant, like they promised. Think about what it meant to make a phone call back in the 1950s and 60s. A phone call was an event, not something you did while distracted, walking down the street, or scrolling through a computer screen. Many families had one heavy, rotary telephone sitting on a special little table in the hallway. Maybe your mother kept a notepad and a pencil right beside it. When the phone rang, it was a genuine surprise. You did not have caller ID telling you who it was before you picked up. You just heard that loud, physical ringing bell, and you had to walk over, pick up the heavy receiver, and answer it. When you were talking to someone, you were really talking to them. You could not wander around the house or run errands. You were tethered to the wall by that coiled cord. Teenagers used to stretch that cord as far as it would possibly go, pulling it all the way around the corner into the pantry or the hall closet just to get a few minutes of privacy. Back then, we did not have screens to look at each other, but we listened better. We paid attention to the tone of a friend's voice. We were not distracted by a dozen notifications popping up. We gave people our undivided attention. The folks in 1958 dreamed of a world where technology would bring us closer together. It is wonderful to see the faces of our loved ones far away, and we must also admit that modern life has made us incredibly busy, often anxious and surprisingly isolated. The old rotary phone did not have a camera, but it represented a time when life moved at a slower, much more deliberate pace. We connected less frequently, but we connected more deeply. I would absolutely love to hear about your memories from those days. Head down to the comments right now and tell me what color the main telephone in your house was growing up, and if your family ever had to share a party line with the neighbors. Let us share those stories below. If this look back at the dreams of 1958 brought a smile to your face, please hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel so we can continue finding the good news from the good old days together. Until next time, take care of yourselves and give someone your full attention today.